Do we on Facebook Live right
Well, go
now?
ahead. Are you on
Yeah,
there?
we're live right now.
Are you on there? Are you on there? You can't even see
we on
me.
there.
You're over there. Lord have mercy.
We on there. You on there right
Hi,
now?
everybody. I'm sleepy. I'm very tired. Very sleepy. Been to the gym. You got one light on, making us look like we're crazy. That was a little bit better. And we went to Priscilla's house to watch the game, which was really, really good. Really, really good. And what else? Now we're sitting here talking to people, but that's enough. You know, I like that camera dead in my face.
Camera dead in your face.
Yes, it is. It is. When it's like.
But we was talking earlier, basically about I had a talk at the barbershop. I don't know if y'all was checking me out earlier on Facebook Live when I was at the barbershop.
No, I didn't see it.
But we was talking about basically social media. How social media has changed everything, basically. You know, how you're not as personal as you used to be due to social media. It used to be a time to where, you know, you were close-knit to the people that you communicate with. You'll call them, talk on the phone, or you'll call them to see them. Y'all might shoot ball together, might play together. But now, and y'all became friends. But now everybody on social media is like your personal friend. But at the end of the day, they're Facebook friends. So me and Judy was basically talking about that and had our input on basically what's going on.
I mean, I personally don't. I don't even know what you call this thing. What did you call it?
Well, this is just a love and a gift.
I personally think that having Facebook friends, having social media friends has been a good thing because it really depends on how you use it. But I get what you're saying, that those friends, what did I say before we drove up? I said social media gives you the ability to have friends everywhere, to get to know people everywhere in the world, which is fantastic. You know, when my son was sick in his young life, in his elementary school life, it was nice to be able to get online, reach out to people across the country, and talk about the same thing. Say, oh yes, I know what that is, or oh yes. So that was great. That was fantastic. But I think what you're talking about is here we are in the same city with a lot of people, and somebody can say, oh, I'm over here at McBoney's, and I can say, oh my goodness, that's right down the road from me. And they don't come through, nor do they ask me to meet them at McBoney's. That, if you were real friends, you wouldn't do that. You would be like, oh my goodness, first of all, I probably know before you went, we're going to McDonald's, you want to meet us there, or we come to your house after we go to McDonald's. That's what would really happen. So yeah, you kind of have this kind of fakeness. What's the matter? You need the window closed? There is this, it's not fakeness, it's just...
It's fake.
He likes the word fake.
No, it's
I
fake.
don't like the word fake. I like to say that I don't know. I'm trying to find a word.
You know, a lot of people get basically mad or offended when I come off a certain way. But it is what it is. A lot of that is like fake. You know, I consider my friends my brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I consider, you know, it's very few that I would sit there and just call as far as men and women concerned. Mm-hmm. There's very few that I basically call like a brother and sister relationship. And it's not because basically I tried to holler at them one time or another. No, I'm serious. You know how some people, they try to holler, like, it's easy to call people your brothers these days.
I know.
It's easy.
No,
yeah.
it's cuz. Everything
it's
is cuz.
It's easy to call
and that
people
just
your
might have been
cousin.
somebody that you either tried to holler at or you slept with or something like that, but now she cuz.
Yeah, 20 years ago, 20 years from now, they cuz and sis.
Sis, yeah.
Yeah, and all of that, you know, but it's like, you know, it ain't basically because of I slept with him or whatever. I would never call nobody I slept with my sister. There's no way.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, that would be gross.
Yeah, that's...
You know, but I think a lot of times, like, you know, a lot of relationships are so fake these days and not as real as possible, because if I, now that don't necessarily mean just because I call you my brother that you got to look at me as your brother. But I look at you as my brother. And I'm going to treat you like you're my brother. If I call you my brother, if I call you my friend outside of Facebook, if I call you a family member, then there's a reason. That's why I describe my relationship always with my cousins. If you notice when I talk about Pat, you know, Trino, I say my daddy's nephew. You know, if I talk about anybody else, I talk about what relationship they have with my mother or my daddy, like where they fit in through the generations or whatever. So to me, it's like if I got a relationship with you, and that's why I tell people all the time, I think I posted yesterday about how do you know me? You know, because I don't want to just be that Facebook friend or that Facebook family member. You know, I want to get to know you, especially if you in Charlotte. You know, I want to get to know who you are.
That's, I think, what bothers me. I don't expect to see my friends in Pennsylvania or my friends in Jersey. And I mean, I want to see them. We were just talking about how long I've known some friends through Facebook. Never really met them. Would love to meet them. Hopefully we'll be able to meet them soon. But if you're here in Charlotte and we haven't met at one of our events, or we haven't met at a networking event or something like that.
Or one of your events,
one of their events or something. And then you tell me you down the street from wherever it is I live. Oh, you know, I see you checking in someplace. I'm sort of like, hey. And when I get there, yeah, we're having a good time. Okay, that doesn't include me, obviously. So how deep is that friendship? So the friendship isn't that deep. It's an acquaintance. So even though...
I don't even call it an acquaintance.
Yeah, but you know, Facebook friends sounds better than Facebook acquaintance. We're all FBAs, okay? Facebook acquaintance. Because we really don't know each other well. We have a connection. It could be through that we are part of the same group, or we like certain things, or you laughed at my meme, but that doesn't mean we're really connected. It doesn't. And that's true. Social media has done that. It has elevated the role of the acquaintance. The acquaintance now is fantastic. Whereas what has happened to friends? You know, what's happened to real friends?
So I guess we're asking, I know most of y'all don't support me on Facebook.
Most of the people listening do support you. That's why they're listening.
I don't think so. No.
Yes,
This is the first time that we had two people to sit here and look. You know, we got two people on here right now.
Well, don't go to this late. God bless you, because it's late at night. And I don't know why you still up.
Hold on. We got Mary Brown, which is my cousin. Now, that's my daddy's first cousin in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's who's listening.
Hi, Mary.
Her brother, you know her brother. I ain't gonna say no names. Her baby brother up in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's her baby brother who don't fool with me too much. But I love him regardless. You know, I love him.
You know, I'm grateful for anybody tuning in this time of night, because it's late.
But that's my cousin, though. She always... Well, you know what? No, I ain't gonna lie. Because my cousins don't fool with me. Stop telling my business on Facebook Live.
Nah, you know what? There you
Yeah, she'll go off in a minute. Now, them Browns...
That's why they're not listening to you, because you get on there and be like, this is so-and-so's cousin, you know, out there.
But that's what I was just... Oh, that's what I was saying earlier.
And they'd be like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't sign on for that.
Yeah,
we did not sign on for our whole life. And then, oh, you remember when I met you? And maybe that's why some people, you know, because they know you're going to tell it.
Yeah, tell it. Yeah.
Yeah, tell it.
But you know, like I said earlier, and I said that in the barbershop, like my parents, they went to school and forgot basically where they came from. Like, you know how you go to school and you top notch and you graduate and you forget where you come from and come back. When you're in Florence, you're in the country. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when you go to a place like Atlanta in the 70s, you know, and it wasn't as big now, but you know, you go to a big city like that in Atlanta. She's very sweet, but you go to a big city and it's like, okay, well, I'll come see my mama, I'll come see my parents, but if you don't come over to my parents' house, then I ain't gonna see you. And that's how mama and daddy was. So when I got older, I made the decision in order to meet my family.
Right, you did.
And Facebook helped. You know what I'm saying?
Facebook can help with
Yeah,
that.
Facebook helped me reach out to my
your
family. Now, like I said in the barbershop, a lot of my family took that for granted. They didn't see like I was trying to build a relationship and get familiar with my cousins that I've never really chilled with like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because I've been here most of my life in Charlotte while they were in Florence and other places, and I ain't get to Florence but 3 or 4 times a week. And if you wasn't around my daddy's parents or my mama's parents, I ain't see you. You know, but like I said, they don't understand that. You know, like my cousins and stuff, they don't understand like what I'm doing, how I'm reaching out or whatever. Especially since I started Single, Saved, and Serious. It's like this dude, you know, I used to hang out with him, whatever, and I started Single, Saved, and Serious and all types of stuff, and they just like, oh, this dude on another level. I ain't trying to hear that. She says she's enjoying you. You're very intelligent. She could be the next Oprah.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I just try to speak out of, I had a wonderful set of parents. Have I met Mary? I have a wonderful set of parents.
Yeah, with her brother.
Brother. And they poured a lot of wisdom into me. I went to a wonderful church. In fact, my parents met in church, so I was a little twinkle in church, and they were wonderful, very intelligent people there that I went to Sunday school and all that stuff. So now it's sort of like I give back all of that. I give back all of what was sown into me, because in this generation, they don't get that. I was just talking to somebody the other day, Jennifer, I think, and, you know, James is going to be 5. And I said, Jennifer, do you remember by 5 years old, we could recite a couple of scriptures. We could tell you some things about the Bible. And I said, what our children are getting in church today is almost dumbing down our kids. They're not being given the brain, you know, exercises to help them be powerful Christian soldiers. They're not. You know, so I just try, thank you so much. I just try to give back what was poured into me. My parents were married for 35 years. And they were great examples. So I just try to give back, you know. And that's what our talks are about. Is his experience and my experience and bringing them together.
And that's what we do.
That's what we do.
You know, I talk off experience, and ain't nothing I ever read, you know, to do some type of research and make it seem like I know everything in the world. Because that's his story. That ain't my story. So the only thing I can go off of is his story. When I go off of Jesus and what I think about Jesus and how I love God, that's my story. That ain't nobody else's story. Not pastor, not evangelist this, not what's the other title? Evangelist, bishop, prophet. You know, nobody taught me the story of, or showed me basically the story of what I go through on an everyday basis. When we were riding from her friend Priscilla's house, we was talking about the experience that we went through with the housing and how we wasn't ready to basically get a house yet. You know, God made us look at that situation like we had to take step by step, take different steps, in order to get to the level to where we're trying to get to. So basically, we wasn't ready for what he was giving us. So he showed us signs in order to tell us that we wasn't ready in so much.
Yeah, we weren't.
And that's what that's, you know, so regardless, like I already saw that. And she expressed the signs of it, but I saw the signs and I thought about the signs.
Wow.
But that's through experience. That's through a relationship. That ain't through what I read about Job or what I read about Peter or what I read. I'm the 67th, what is it, 66 versions of the Bible? 66 books.
In the Bible.
Yeah, I'm the 67th. You know, through my relationship, she's the 67th. You know, and she grew up in church. I grew up in Christian school. You know, I grew up in Christian school, Catholic school, private school, and all of that. I grew up in public school. I grew up through all of that. Where basically you had to, if you ain't go to church, they kick you out of school. So Mama used to call Quella and ask Quella, like, what was going on in church.
No, she didn't.
I'm telling you, ask Mama. She used to call Quella and ask Quella what went on in church. Because they sent us different, what was it, like papers to sign.
Questionnaire.
Yeah, questionnaire.
Are you kidding?
To sign.
And y'all faked the questionnaire.
We faked the funk the whole time. But it got loose though, but we faked the funk the whole doggone time. And she called Quella right up in Florence, South Carolina.
Lord have mercy.
And she'd be like, what was the preacher talking about today? And you know Quella went ham on it. So next thing you know, I go to school Monday and they take them papers and go in. Because they was strict, they was acting crazy. They got, you know, the lady left though, the lady that was real strict, they ended up firing her or whatever. I believe it was Miss Mindy at DCA. But I grew up under all of that. Where you had to go to chapel. I was talking about that with Wisdom. You remember that when we used to get out of school early, we was in chapel and Wisdom was playing the drums at 12 and 14 years old. So she went through the church thing, I went through the school thing, to where, you know, I had Bible study like every day before we even start class. It would be Bible study. Now, I don't remember all of that they was talking, of course, because that was years and years back, and they kicked me out of school, of course. But, you know, but,
you're a bad child.
Yeah, but the point is,
Geez.
I went through all of that. It wasn't necessarily going to church every day. And that's why I am who I am now. And I appreciate that from people like Miss Pam, Miss Sheila, even Carolina Christian, Calvary Christian. Somebody was sitting there talking about the Baker family, Jimmy and Tammy Baker. And I was like, I knew that family. I went to school with Jamie Baker. I knew that family. You know, where Jamie Baker used to cry every day because them teachers was picking on him. And he used to come to us, the black kids, and just cry his life out because people was picking at him. And then they left Heritage East, something happened with Heritage East, and they tried to buy out Carolina Christian, and it shut down. I know all of that. I grew up on all of that. All of it. So, you know, it's a different type of background with us. She grew up in the church and went to public school. I grew up in the Christian school and didn't go to church. But the point is, the backgrounds are sort of similar.
Well, they're similar because in the end, it wasn't that we went to church. It was that I had a mother and father who loved God. And so it was every day you saw how you're supposed to love your spouse. Every day. It wasn't, well, let me go to this seminar. It wasn't, let me go to this conference. It was not that. It was, let me get up, Daddy, what you want for breakfast? I don't know, Mama, but make it simple. Don't wear yourself out. It was simple, every day. I'll be taking that out. What you want, I'm going to the store. It was that simple love that was exemplified, and especially as they got older, because then they were sick, and you literally had one trying to do for the other, and they both were sick, and they would show the love. So it wasn't even that my dad had lots of books, commentaries, and all of these different books, but those books were in a drawer. What I saw was, your mother loves this. Well, your father likes that. And, through all the things that people thought were supposed to be so important, who makes this kind of money? Who has that kind of degree? What kind of neighborhood do you live in? What house do you have? All of those things were not important as the family unit and us showing love and having peace and quiet in that house. That was the biggest thing. And so even though it was church, it was really everyday life where you saw Christ exemplified. It wasn't in a book. It was in the little things that they did for one another, and they taught us to do for one another. So even though it was different, we all came to the same conclusion. It's about that relationship with Christ. It's about the relationship you have with another person. It is not about a book. Like love is an action word. It's not something you're just going to read about. It's something you're going to have to do. And that's important when it comes to these friendships, When we do the prayer call, I'm thinking about various people who have reached out to us throughout the week, or I've reached out to me and they say they need prayer. I'm thinking about those people. When we do events, we're thinking about how can we set the stage for people to have a good time and enjoy themselves at these events. Where if a single person wants to approach another single person, it isn't walking across some bar worrying about if your dress looks right, if you smell good. Just come on out and have a good time. We're going out to play kickball tomorrow. You ain't gonna smell good, but somebody might see you out there on the field. I'm not playing. I'm not playing for.
Talking about we gonna play kickball.
We meaning you, the kids, and everybody else coming out. You're not playing. You ain't playing here. But we all gonna be like rah rah rah.
We gonna chant.
But the point of the matter is we try to do things to get people to really connect, not just online, not just through social media, but offline, in great environments where you can just be you. You don't have to put on any airs. You don't have to trot out your degrees. You don't have to worry about, did you go to the right school or live in the right zip code? All you have to do is be you. And if there's another person out there looking at you, they look at you. Or if it's just to be with friends so you're not sitting in the house. I get emails from people and they're sitting in their house. And I'm like, come out. No, I don't have a man, all packaged up with a bowl waiting for you. But I need you to come out of your house. I need you to stop thinking about what you're not getting or what's not happening in your life and just come out and have a good time. And if you do that, the stress level on you, the pressure on you, it just disappears. And you can just enjoy yourself, have a great time. I mean, we'll do this for the rest of our lives, won't we? We're waiting for now we got this little matchbox of an apartment, okay? It's a townhome. It's not an apartment, 2 floors. It's a matchbox. But I've already decided we can get about 20 people up in that matchbox. And that's if we don't count people rolling around outside. We already want to create our home into a place where people can come and relax. Watch a movie. Have a discussion. Do a prayer breakfast. I already got the caterer for the prayer breakfast. I've been praying about it, and I know who I want to cater.
You gonna say it on live, or you ain't gonna say it?
And she probably not listening.
She ain't gonna listen.
Jessica. That woman, I went to a breakfast at her house, and that food was slamming.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And I know some people are going to have a
about
problem.
Doing a Super Bowl or whatever. You're talking about...
I don't remember what it was. She just did like an open house or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know some people are going to have a problem with my choice. But you know what? First of all, we don't close the doors to anyone. Second of all, her food is good. Okay? Food is good.
She's gay.
Yes, she is.
She's gay.
They're in a looks like to be a committed relationship. No freaky deeks. They're in a committed relationship. But the thing of it is that first of all, her food is good. She has always treated me in the utmost respect. She knows what we do, but she has never ever been like, look, I went somewhere and said single, saved, and serious, and the woman looked like she was going to burst into flames when I said saved. Saved? Christian? Ah! I mean, she just couldn't handle it. And I was like, I don't bite. We don't bite. We're cool. No, I can't deal. So, when I get those kind of responses, I'm not going to worry about that. Jessica has always treated with me with the utmost respect. And her food is slamming. Good food. Okay? And so I would like her to assist me. Like, I'll do the batter for the waffles because I make my batters from scratch.
And that's good, though. You still
I make my syrup from scratch.
But see, people are so close-minded that they don't see, like they go off of what everybody else wants to do or what everybody else thinks. And you don't do nothing but inspire me when you do that. Mm-hmm. You don't realize that, like, that inspires me. Now, Jessica might be a little hard bottom. My people, Gigi is hard bottom all day.
If that's a term, I never heard of it.
My cousin, my niece, whatever you want to call it, she hard bottom. And she, last name Williams, she hard bottom. We grew up in the valley together. We from the valley, all of that hard bottom, right? But at the same time, you still got to be an inspiration because they still got to see what's going on the other side. You know how many people that's inspired? I put up in Carolyn right there, and she didn't even get what I was saying. I put up there earlier about who's the most powerful and influential couples in Charlotte. Now put your face with me, honey.
What is it, dear?
I wasn't talking about no church people.
Yeah, but okay.
No, that's their inspiration to them.
That was their inspiration.
Yeah, that was to them.
That was their inspiration.
But who do you think the power couple I was talking about? Nobody can touch us. Period.
Let me not.
Now, I do that now off of respect, and I can't exclude my big brother because that's my big brother. At the end of the day, stolen lunches.
Put down somebody else.
Yeah, and that's cool. You can put down who you want to.
Because
I was going to put down, if anybody that I was going to put down, it would have been the McNeils and it would have been the Jacobs. Period. It would have been.
Well, I thought about the Prices too.
And it would have been the Prices. And it even would have been Chucky, Charles Jacobs and his wife Tracy, if you want to talk about the church couples. But look at me.
What?
No one can touch us. Period.
I'm sorry, when you do like that, I get funny.
And I got that inspired. I got that inspired by my homie Ernest Keith. Judy got mad at him.
Let's not go there.
Judy got mad at him,
but I was subject.
But I was inspired by that. You know what I'm saying? Like
the energy. But
the energy that he brought to the whole thing. You got mad about that. But at the end of the day, like Ernest Keith brings inspiration. He brings a lot of.
He inspires, all right. Man.
No, but I'm just saying he brings a lot of influence to what we're doing. Whether he got mental problems or not, he probably got some mental problems going on. I met him one time. We kicked it. He kicked it with your baby brother, Mary. He kicked it with your baby brother and our cousins. And we was out there for hours at what were we at? Wild Wings Cafe.
Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, we wasn't at Buffalo Wild Wings. We was at Wild Wings Cafe. You don't remember that time I told you I was going to hang out with him?
I thought it was Buffalo Wild
Relationship.
He got issues, all right.
He got issues, but he's a real good dude. And, I play with him a lot because I know he off the chain. Everybody, I already. Uh-oh, it's gonna be some trouble out here.
Sandy didn't pay him anymore.
No, she did. She was like, "Why is he tagging me?" And she was waiting for him to respond, and I was like, "Oh Lord, you don't know what you're doing right there." Everybody else let him get a pass, but yeah, I was like, "Boy, you crazy for tagging Sonya D. You should know better." I wouldn't even tag Sonya D. I'm scared to tag Sonya D, but at the end of the day, she tired.
You see me, right? Just a yawning. I'm so sorry, people.
No, we gotta wake up 5 o'clock in the morning.
4 hours from now.
Yeah, we gotta wake up. We gotta go to the gym. That's what I like doing. I don't like going to work at 5 o'clock. I lay around 5 o'clock in the morning, but you know, tomorrow gonna be fun.
Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Well, we got breakfast in the morning with Charles Robinson.
Charles Robinson. Mary, wait, Mary. Cousin Mary, if you still on, connect with Charles Robinson. Bring them to Raleigh. Y'all connect with each other. I'm dead serious now. I ain't playing no games. Connect with Charles Robinson. He doing a lot of stuff. People sleeping on him in Charlotte.
They are.
They're sleeping on him in Charlotte. Carolyn, if you don't know him, connect with him. Charles Robinson, a lot of people in this area.
Yeah, definitely.
Carolyn know about him? Okay.
She might.
All right, well,
then we got
Gail on here. Look at Gail and Chris.
Hey.
Keisha mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we got kickball 11-2.
Yeah, we got kickball with Kevin Glover. And I'm telling you, man, that if anything, I got much love and much respect. I love Kevin Glover. You know, he big time now. He don't holler at me like he used to, but I will always have that man's back. We've been together. We've been down 12. I'd say together. It makes sound a little free. We've been together 12 years. 12 years, yeah, we've been together 12 years, man, tight, you know, and he's been trying to put on, he ain't even from Charlotte, from Buffalo, New York, born and raised, and he's been trying to put on for the city for a long time, trying to put on for Charlotte, and everybody in here gotta respect him because he's the first one that came up with the QC Awards, and then people tried to come behind him and do the Carolina Awards, tried to copy him or whatever. I remember back in the day, he did the MySpace Awards. Whoever done that when MySpace was popping? You remember MySpace?
Barely.
Yeah, MySpace was popping. He did the MySpace Awards. Everybody was connecting to him. So, you know, me and Kevin been down since day one. Ever since I met him, we've been tight. They used to have, way before Facebook, way before MySpace, they had Good Peoples, and they had my man Chris Jenkins with Charlotte Vibe. You know, that's how I connected with Kevin Glover, because I saw what he was doing on the internet, and he saw what I was doing with North Star Productions, baby. Me and Key and Get Jerusalem. Look out for Jerusalem. Jerusalem doing his album. He out here grinding like my cousin Trina.
Hey, wait a minute. See, you didn't cut me off. We have one more event, and it's not, I haven't made a big deal about the event. I was on my page a little bit, but there's a new cidery opening, and if anybody knows, I love cider. I do. It's a hard cider, but it's not something that you're going to get, you know, tipsy and crazy over very quickly. But there's a new one open, and
Gail will like that. Gail and Chris will like that. Yeah,
it's called Good Works. Good Works Cidery. And don't know the address right off the top of my head. I can look it up. But they are doing a fundraiser and a drive to create blessing bags. And we're going to go over and give them a donation. I didn't get to collect anything. Nobody called me for anything. But I will go over there. We'll probably have our Single Saved and Serious shirt still on. And this is what we do also when we go out into the community that's not part of the church, that's not part of the body of believers. But we come in and say, hey, you know, we'd like to give a donation, or we'd like to donate some time or some items for something because you're helping people. I think that's good things to do. I think it's a good thing to do. To be seen as someone that, okay, well, you don't have to be part of our clique or our church or something like that in order for us to come out. When you're doing good things in the community for people, we want to say, hey, we appreciate what you're doing. Here's what we can give. You know, we'll lift a glass to you and spend some time. So that's probably if there's not anything else that might pop up on the schedule. But
Charles Robinson, man. We're
gonna
be
a
with
bunch of
Charles
things all day.
We're gonna look. we're gonna be with Charles. We're gonna do all of that. But at the end of the day, we kicking it with Charles Robinson tomorrow. He doing his thing.
Yeah,
But the thing about it is, man, anybody else that ain't listening, anybody else that's chiming in and listening right now, reach out to Charles Robinson. Pray for his family. He just lost his little cousin. You know, yesterday he lost his little cousin on the spot, and yesterday, and he's trying to. He got like 3 or 4 events that he's connected to, just doing it all over Charlotte, and the city of Charlotte just sleeping on him. But connect with Charles Robinson and Fred Breeden. Fred, I ain't met him yet. I ain't met him personally.
We have not met him yet, but we're going to.
And we're gonna
now
meet Fred
that
Breeden.
we have a house, I can say, well, I've got to replenish the house. I mean, I lost so many things, but we're going to come out. We have been missing his takeover, the youth takeovers that he does for the youth of this city. He has a passion about the youth of this city that is just unparalleled. I have not seen it in anyone else. He is just, his heart is there. He has created a Bible study now. He has created even a certification, something that, you know, we're not that into, but if you're into the certification to be ordained, he's done that. And he does these youth takeover events at least once a month, and provides an outlet for the young adults.
You know what? Even though he don't rock with me no more, even though he don't rock with us no more, connect with our spiritual father and our spiritual mother, John Lofton.
I can't say that they don't rock with us.
They don't. I can tell you they don't rock with me. I say I love them. You know, and I understand, you know, why, and trust me. But they're still my spiritual parents, and them being my spiritual parents, I can say that. I feel I say that about my mama and daddy, my natural mama and daddy. You know, I tell it in a heartbeat. You know me, right? I done said it, you know, earlier today, but, you know, the Loftons, like John Lofton, that's my family, you know, so.
They were the first pastor and congregation to really embrace Single, Saved, and Serious. To really say, we get what you do, we love what you do, and there will always be that connection. I personally don't think that I think, of course, he's doing what he needs to do as a pastor. He's also doing what he needs to do. They just came back from a whole family trip to Ireland, so he's doing what he needs to do for his family. But he has already told us that before he left that he'd like to talk to us. So he's still there.
Yeah, but he wouldn't talk to us to spank us, though.
That's okay.
And I'm scared. I'm really scared, to be honest with you.
This is all about. Oh, they don't rock with us anymore. But
I'm
you're really worried.
Yeah, I'm worried about what's going on.
Why'd you treat us like that?
Yeah, why'd you do us like that?
You know what it is? We're gonna have to stand up to the music, take it, and be like, we love you.
Yeah.
We're just like 2 little kids. We ran off. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to hurt anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody. You know, there's still some people like, what's his name? Somebody named Keith, who have issues.
Ernest Keith?
With, that's what his name
come
is?
On now. Don't diss Ernest Keith like that. I love Ernest Keith. No, I'm serious. I love that dude,
the relationship was. I'm just saying, there's some people who have issues with the way we did things.
He ain't got no issues, though. He just be talking, trying to get attention.
Is that what that is?
He just
he
want
went
attention.
on for 50, 44
He
comments.
want that type of attention, man. Ain't nobody paying him attention like that.
No, he's sure not going to get any more.
Women got to realize, man, that dudes have a certain type of way in order to get attention. Y'all think they acting crazy. Y'all think we act crazy. Y'all think we acting like maniacs, but we ain't doing nothing but trying to get attention. That's what we're trying to do, but nobody is paying. I mean, no, but listen, he don't see it that way.
I'm sure he don't.
You gotta realize he don't.
Is loose up in there, but
okay, but he don't see it that way. That he's basically trying to get that type of attention. He's getting negative attention towards what he's doing. He just sees it like he wants somebody to pay him attention. And people got to realize that. Like he needs that type of attention.
That's okay.
You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to those who need attention. I do it sometimes in so many ways.
I guess you're doing away, but I do it. You. But but it's still.
When a dude tell you, when a guy acts a certain type of way, he's trying to get attention, and women don't realize that.
No,
it might be the craziest ways. It might be something crazy, out of the ordinary that you don't see, and you sitting there thinking that dude's crazy and insane, but he's trying to get your attention. I had to get a wife to realize that, even when I was married before, right? Can I mention that? And a lot of things that I went crazy about, that person didn't realize, even through a relationship. The girl who broke my heart, even through that, I was doing crazy stuff in order to get that person's attention. And that's what dudes do. They're not going to come up straight up and tell you, I need your ordinary attention. That's what we do. So we just do crazy stuff out of love, out of our idea of love, or out of being in love, or however you want to call it, in order to sit there and have you to focus on what I'm trying to relay to you. And anybody will tell you that. Any dude would tell you that in so many ways, but you got to realize that. Go ahead, honey.
I'm just listening to you.
No, you got to. No, I'm gonna defend him now.
You're defending him, and I think that. I mean, you have a wonderful point and valid point. However, this way that he chose to get attention, I'm not going to be part of it. I'm not going to be part of it.
We don't need to. You married.
That ain't got nothing to do. He came up. Well, he won't be coming on my page anymore.
But I'm just saying,
it wasn't just what he wrote there. It was what he wrote on my wall as well. And I was like, oh, shutting this down right now.
Yeah.
So if he was trying to get attention, take that somewhere else, because I don't entertain negativity. I do not entertain negativity.
Which I do. You know me.
I know you like to play with it like a cat.
I play with it.
That's okay.
I'll let
you play with it. But me, I don't entertain it. I don't have time for it.
You entertain me?
You're not negative.
No, I'm negative.
You are not negative.
To social media, I am.
No, you're not.
To Facebook, I am.
You're provocative. You like to get people talking. You like to do things that might provoke conversation and maybe dialogue and maybe even some debate. But you are not a negative person. Sorry. You just word things the way sometimes people don't want them to be worded, but they're very much the truth sometimes. Like you wrote today, what were you writing about the sex thing? You were writing sex before marriage, people, and somebody had to come out and say, well, you've done that too. Well, what do you do? We all pooped in our pants, but we're not still doing that. We're not still walking around in diapers. We actually mature and grow up, and that's what he's talking about. He's not condemning you because somebody is still walking around in diapers. He's saying at some point in time, you have to learn how to go to the bathroom. Okay, and I've learned how to go to the bathroom. So I'm not looking down on you because you haven't learned how to go to the bathroom yet. But we're saying this is where you need to move on to. You need to move away from sex before marriage, because that is not going to solve what it is you need to be solved. There's no one that got married just because they slept with someone before marriage. There's nobody. Nobody. Okay? It doesn't guarantee you the person will come. It doesn't even guarantee the person will stay. So the point was to have the dialogue about that, and somebody went off on a tangent. Oh, well, you've done it too. That's like the oldest thing to do, is to point out that you've done it too. You weren't even debating whether you did it too. Obviously, you had to learn the lesson, and I had to learn the lesson. Everybody who goes through puberty has to learn the lesson. Having sex, exploring all of those things is not really going to get you what you want, which is companionship, which is someone who pleasures their life.
You know what made me want her more? You know what made me want her more?
Is this going to be PG?
No, but
you sometimes get R-rated.
Yeah, you know me.
Oh my good God Almighty! Spare my little ears.
Should I do it PG or you want me to do it rated
X? Because I'm ready to go to bed, to be honest with you.
Should I do it PG-13 because you know I go rated X?
Please, PG-13.
I'll go PG-13.
Just for now.
She said, if you want these goods, If you want this, you're gonna marry me. If you want this, and trust me.
Oh my God.
Trust me. It was worth the wait.
Okay, that was
a little test. You know, sometimes when you have a little quiz, you know, you've been to school. How many on your time doing now? When you do a little quiz, somebody just liked it. but you do a little quiz and your teacher prepares you for a quiz. Like they be like, I'm gonna quiz you tomorrow for this test.
Right, but we're gonna have a review.
Yeah, we're gonna have a review.
and some of these questions will be like the ones that are on the test.
Yeah.
I can't tell you they're exactly like it, but they're gonna be close to the ones that are on the test. Yes, I remember that.
Well, you get a little quiz. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh, okay. Well, how about wait for the test? And you got to go through certain steps in order to pass that test. So basically, when y'all sit there and say, you know, well, I know y'all got different ideas of what's going on, and you really don't know what's going on. I like playing with y'all all day, and you already know. If you know me, I play with you all day. But the reality is that she was worth the wait. When I woke up this morning,
oh my, we're slipping away from the PG now.
No, I'm gonna keep it PG.
Please keep it PG.
No, because I'm gonna tell you, it was worth the wait. That's all I'm gonna say. When I woke up this morning, when I woke up yesterday, it was worth the wait. But especially this morning. And I can say that I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I'm outside of the church walls displaying the gospel. All day outside of the church walls. Ain't no bishop, ain't no evangelist. I'm just serving. But anyway, she was worth the wait.
Oh my. Can we get off that subject before you slip away from the PG?
Yeah, but you get mad. You be wanting to inspire singles. But that's how you inspire singles. Because they got to realize that they worth the wait. Regardless, you good. You know, you're tasty. You're medicine at the end of the day.
Amen. I like that.
You're medicine.
Medicine to somebody.
Yeah, you're medicine to somebody. So you're you know, so we inspire you to get connected and just realize that at the end of the day, you're worth the wait. I know it's hard. And I'll tell you at the end of the day, and I'll tell you because on behalf of my daddy, not just because of what the Bible says, because the Bible says opposite. But at the end of the day, my daddy says masturbation is the key to success, right? And I believe in masturbation. I really believe
to start a storm.
I don't care. I'll start a storm. I'll rain on it and piss on it and everything. But I believe in masturbation. I truly believe in masturbation, right? Just like these girls, just like women like to go to these pamper parties and get vibrated and stuff like that. They already know. They call them pamper parties, right?
Yes, dear.
Yeah. They already know. It ain't, that's real reality. You don't think somebody you go to church with ain't going to these parties, sneaking up into these parties, getting vibrators?
They're sneaking. I think they just go when...
No, them church folks, them church women that's deep in the church, minister this, minister that, they going up in them vibrators. They sneaking up, getting them vibrators.
We've descended. Okay, keep going.
You think, am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
If I'm lying, I'm dying. They sneaking up, they calling people, different people, trying to get vibrators if they not having sex with somebody. That's reality. That's the real reality. You don't know nobody that's just holding off for years and years and years. They doing something in order to satisfy themselves. Daddy always told me, and I really understand what he was saying, masturbation is the key to success. And what he was saying was necessarily Wait till you met. He was talking from a spiritual perspective, but he didn't even know. Satisfy yourself until you can satisfy somebody else. That's what he was saying in a spiritual perspective. So basically, you're worth the wait. And I would tell you, you're worth the wait. Anybody who know me know I don't hold back when it comes to what I'm saying. So wait on your mate. Wait on God, and God will deliver whatever you need. But at the end of the day, enjoy yourself. Go out to the movies.
Amen.
Go out to dinner. Well, I don't care. I masturbate in front of you. Don't play with me. Do not play with me.
I was agreeing with you. Can you go ahead?
No, you was agreeing with me with the dinner and all that stuff. I was just being quiet too. You don't want to sit there and talk that political talk. But
I'm
anyway,
not talking any political
like I was saying, I'm talking what they don't want to. That Brandon going crazy.
I know.
But anyway, that Chuck going crazy.
Yeah, because I'm about to go in this house without you. Then to be a lover show, not the lover and the giver.
But anyway,
1:39 in the morning.
Take yourself out to eat. Well, we gotta wake up in about 3 hours anyway. Deal with Charles Rock.
I'd like to get some sleep.
But anyway, take yourself out to eat. Take yourself out to the movies.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself. That's men too. That's you men too. And I'll punch you dead in the chest because you sit there and try to act hard in front of a bunch of hardballs. And I tell you that at the end of the day. But them dudes ain't for you, man. Them dudes don't want you to move on. They want you to be in the same light that they in.
That's
period.
True.
They want you to be where they are. Nowhere.
Misery loves company.
Yeah, as long as you nowhere, they're comfortable with you going nowhere. I play with them every day. I call them, I text them every day. You think people fooling with me like that? Single Saved and Serious, this dude done went crazy. How you found Single Saved and Serious? A man found Single Saved and Serious? I'm going to get the hell away from him. Why you think they don't kick it with me? He married now. It ain't no more Single Saved. You're a lie. You're a lie. Oh, man, he married and he's still talking Single Saved and Serious? Oh, my God. Why you think they don't kick it with me? I still call, I still text, I still play with them. I want to kiss you, I want to hug you. Can we hang out? Let me hang out with you. I just want to hang out with you for all night long, just talking. I ain't fooling with you. I don't want nothing to do with you. But the reality is a lot of times God puts you in a position to where you have no choice but to what?
I'm sitting here eating ice, trying to stay awake.
I was trying to put it on you, but you closed eyes. You don't know. But anyway, God puts you in a position to where you can, when you go away from your friends, when God puts you in a position to basically disclose your friendship.
I don't know what words you're trying to come up with.
God puts you in a position to where you can grow. So he eliminates you away from your friends and away from your family to where you can grow, to where you can, get ahead of the game. Who you know out here throwing Father's Day brunches, and I'm going to end it like that.
Oh, please. Thank you.
You ready? You ready to go to bed?
Oh, my goodness, I'm ready to go to sleep.
But who you know throwing Father's Day brunches?
Nobody. First of all, we're one of the few in the city that's throwing quite some regular gospel buffets and gospel brunches. There's nobody else out here. Doing this on a regular basis, partnering with venues and restaurants and chefs in the city who are out here trying to make a name for themselves. And we're saying, let's create a gospel brunch around this menu. Let's create a gospel buffet around that menu. There's no one else in Charlotte doing what we do, and we love doing this. We love bringing the entertainment in and saying, just bring your family and your loved ones and sit down and have a good time. So, no, there's nobody else like Single Saved and Serious doing what we do with the Christian Lounge experience. Nobody.
So, reality is, like, God puts you in different places, and he already knew that my friends and my family would disclose me, would not want anything to basically do with me. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But basically, you know, my friends and my family don't want anything to do with me anymore because he's taking me to a whole nother level. He's taking me somewhere else to where he wants me to go. You don't think that I want to come out here and cuss out trap rappers and just literally cuss everybody out on social media or cuss people out on my job? But God says, no, I have a better plan for you. I have things that you have to go through first in order for you to grow and in order for people to see you grow. You don't think those people who eliminate me out of my life, basically, or out of their life, basically see me grow? And then I got this on my side. Now, she don't work as hard, and I'm trying to push her. But you talking about multi-talented. And my cousin just told me, like, the gifts that she has. You already see the gifts that she told you you had. And I'm going to read them over. And she don't even know you. She ain't even met you yet. And she already talked about the gifts that you had. I am enjoying your wife. She is very intelligent. She could be the next Oprah.
He had to read that twice, but go ahead.
You could be the next Oprah. Now, I don't like Oprah. You know, but just saying that as big as people think that they are. Now, imagine if somebody says that me and you are like Barack and Michelle. I don't fool with Barack and Michelle, right? I don't believe in that crap, right? But at the same time, when you put us in that category, do you know how big that is? So somebody is looking at you like you're the next Oprah Winfrey. And I'm going to leave it at that. I love y'all, but we love y'all, but God loves you more.
Bye-bye.